Today's video was sponsored by Lazarus Baraza, a true patriot and a Kenyan nationalist at heart. Stand by for debrief in 3, 2, 1. Rigathi Gachagua intentionally stayed away from all matters maandamano, but despite him distancing himself from the activities of June the 25th, those in power still found a way to pin it on him. In fact, Kipchumba Murkomen came out to say that sooner rather than later, he's going to arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Here's a tip.
Hii mikora yenye ililetwa hapa, and we are, let me assure you, hawa watu wote tukisaidiana na nyinyi tutashika hawa tupeleke kotini. Ukweli ama sio kweli? Hakuna mtu tutaficha hapa. Tutashika hawa. Wacha ile kurukaruka walikuwa wanaruka barabara hapa. We have the pictures, we have the evidence, we have nini? Tutashika hawa watu. Na lazima mtu na wale finance na wale wanajiita wakubwa yao. Unajua? Nyinyi mnasikia saa zingine wanaongeanga ni kama hawezi shikwa. Tutashika, tutafunga hawa, alafu tuone nini itafanyika. Na tumeambia kotini, sasa mnaona hata kotini na choma. Mlifikiria nyinyi you are protected. Hakuna mtu protected. Everybody here is under danger.
Now, in Gachagua's response, he told Murkomen to arrest him tonight because he knows exactly where he is. Roll the tape.
Kipchumba Murkomen, you say you want to arrest me tonight? Please just go ahead. I'm here. You know where I am. You don't even have to wait for this interview. You can come after this. But I want to tell you, the people have had enough. You know, this persecution of the community, this humiliation of the community is too much, you know, and I don't think it's going to happen again. And
I think Murkomen is not a fool. He's actually a very smart guy. Some of these things, he just says it to rile up Gachagua and others. But there are certain leaders in this country who are beyond being put behind bars. This is not like America. In America, they hold Trump into a courtroom to sit in front of a judge, yet he's the immediate former president. And there was no riots. But in Kenya, just the video of a certain individual or two in handcuffs can turn this country upside down because there's a lot of tribal backing and religious following. So I believe Gachagua has crossed that threshold where he's one of the untouchables. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. And Kipchumba Murkomen knows it. If he arrests Gachagua, right now I've seen that the euro is trading at 150 point something Kenya shillings. If he arrests Gachagua, 1 euro could easily become 240 Kenya shillings because the Kenyan shilling will collapse. No business will go on, itakuwa maandamano everywhere, and it's not worth it. Murkomen knows better. Now, let me just go on to highlight the other key segments of Rigathi Gachagua's interview yesterday. And in the second bit, which I found very interesting, allow me just to put this into context. It starts off with Ruto wondering how he will go home and what this Ruto must go BS is. Here's a tip.
And if it is Ruto must go, tell me how you want me to go. How, what you know? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. What do you mean? What do you mean by Ruto must go?
So, guess what? Gachagua decided to give Ruto a roadmap as to how he can go home. Roll the tape.
you'll be one term, you'll go. The decision of how you go is yours. There are two ways you can make a decision. One, you can resign and go home in dignity. Two, you can wait for the people of Kenya to remove you through the ballot in 2027.
That was rather brutal. Gachagua doesn't ever seem to miss an opportunity to remind Ruto that he's going for one term. No matter what the conversation will be lengthy, it will take several trajectories, but the end goal or the final statement will be one term. So I guess he continues to hound President Ruto. Number 3, according to Rigiji, the common denominator of failure in this government is William Ruto, considering he has changed his government 4 times through reshuffling, firing, hiring, and so on and so forth, yet it still doesn't perform. Perhaps a change is mostly needed in the office of the president more than any other government sector or office for that matter. That's Gachagua's take. Here's a tip.
So in matters, incompetence, it's William Ruto who is incompetent. But he is very quick. It's like in the streets when pickpockets or fellows who do mugging, you know, they would steal something from you, then shout, thief, 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 thief. That is what William Ruto does to hide his own incompetence. He has changed his cabinet 4 times. Nothing has changed. So what is the common denominator that there is failure in government in Kenya, that nothing is working? The common denominator across the whole scenario is William Ruto.
And I agree. If there's a football club which has a coach, It is upon the coach, because he has been given all the instruments of power, to shuffle and reshuffle, hire and fire players and subordinate staff until they can get the necessary results. So if you change the head of training because he's doing a bad job, you change the team doctor because he's slacking and doesn't show up to work, you get someone who's better. You change the players, you bench the players who don't perform well. Those who are doing well even from the academy, you promote them all the way to the starting 11, but still the team doesn't do well, no matter the changes. That eventually means that the coach is the one who has bad ideas. You're only as good as your results. And the results have been very daunting for the president. And that's why Gachagua is saying that, look, we've made all these changes. You've changed the deputy, you've changed the CSs, you removed Aisha Juma, you removed Moses Kuria, you've brought in Joho, you've done all these things, you've done a handshake with Raila, with Uhuru, but nothing has changed. Gachagua is right on the money with that one. I don't know what to say you. Now, to be honest, the William Ruto roast by Gachagua yesterday was so good that Kenyans decided to gift Rigathi Gachagua 4 million Kenya shillings before the end of the interview. Let me just walk you through this strange phenomena that I've never seen. I've never seen a politician make 4 million in the middle of roasting another politician. So Rapid Media did us a favor of breaking this down. So Rigathi Gachagua, as per Rapid Media, was gifted a total of 78 lions by TikTok viewers. One lion costs 29,999 TikTok coins. In real money, it equates to $400. Now, if $1 is equals to 129.50 Kenya shillings, therefore, 400 USD is equivalent to 400 times 129.50, which is 51.8 thousand Kenya shillings, times 78, that's 4,040,400 Kenya shillings. That is how much Rigathi Gachagua made on his TikTok live. I don't even know if he needs this money, but that is how you know the roast was so good, that people are even tipping Rigathi Gachagua, yet he's a billionaire, he doesn't need the money. You can definitely bet that money is going to go to one-time activities. Whether it's printing caps, shirts, whatever, the tide has started turning. Anywho, what say you guys? Do you think Rigathi Gachagua went off the rails, or did he issue a very accurate response to Kipchumba Murkomen, who daydreams about arresting him, and to President William Ruto, who doesn't seem to know how he'll go home? So Gachagua gave him a bit of situational awareness. Just drop me your comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. Now, in the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for hondavidwafula, hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.